Hey, and a big welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the flags behind me, I'm in China. I'm going to show you something now that many YouTubers have never shown you before, and many of you won't know anything about. But if you come to China and you see this, I'm going to tell you why it's there. Let's go. Got to cross this main road. There's only one reason you'll see a wall like this, and it won't always be tiled like this. It's got ceramic tiles, looks like bricks, with a nice Chinese imitation roof on the top. It's just a cover to cover the top, and it all looks quite nice. This particular wall runs for about 1.5 kilometers around this area. On this particular area, there's a main road here behind me, and at the other end, I won't walk all the way on camera, that'll be a waste of footage, but I'll show you some of the wall. But at the other end, there's new apartment buildings, office buildings, roads, grass verges and play areas, etc. A new complex. And behind the camera now, there's some office buildings and another new complex over there. This area here is about 8 years old. The area up there in the distance is about 3 years old. This area behind this wall will be another complex. They will be buildings, apartment buildings, another garden, and maybe some offices in there as well. And I can show you that on the models that they have prior to people buying properties here in China. So in essence, you may move into this area and say, isn't it quiet? Isn't it lovely? And it is. But pretty soon, now soon can also mean 1 or 2 years time. The developer just hasn't started yet. Pretty soon behind this wall, like I say, a 1.5 square kilometer area, there will be lots of construction going on. New buildings going up, foundations going in, deep foundations. Those machines make a racket, and lots of dust. And the trucks will come up and down these roads behind me at high speeds. Someone said just recently in one of my in one of my videos, you're always complaining. I'm not complaining, I'm just telling you how it is. There are a lot of YouTubers who say, oh, China's great. It's great, it's great, it's great. Wow, fantastic. Look at this, look at this. It is brilliant. However, it's not without its downsides. Every country has their downsides, and many YouTubers don't point them out. You can't have a country that's perfect anywhere in the world. This is just a fact of life. Construction is going on everywhere around China, and when you live near it, it's quite disturbing, quite noisy. So the people who will move into these buildings on my left and in front of me, they've got a lot of noise coming their way, but they don't mind, not like us Westerners. We have noise pollution. In China, that doesn't exist, noise pollution. At the moment here, there are some buildings up there. This is where the workmen will live for the next few years until they've built this complex. In fact, I'll go onto the roof of one of these buildings behind me and give you an aerial shot of what it's like here. There's a part of it now at the back, you can see the hill. 10 years ago, this was all one big hill, maybe 12. Trees, forest, wildland. Wildland? Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, and it's all been flattened for this development. And the whole of this city, Huangpu, has been developed in the last 10, maybe 12 years. Really, really quite good. It does have a larger detrimental effect on the ecosystem, but I think China is capable of withstanding the development that is going on, to be honest. There is still more countryside than developed areas. So it's not a criticism that I'm making, it's just highlighting some of the facts that if you visit China and you see a brick wall, even if it's ordained with tiles and a fake roof, it's because some development will go on inside. In the UK, when this happens, they usually have like a wire mesh fence, and you can see the building, the housing development going on for several years. You can see the machinery they're using, and we're just used to it, you know, behind the mud, you know, the rain and the clouds. We just get used to that. We see what's going on. Here you can't see what's going on until it starts reaching 3 or 4 floors high, but you can certainly hear it from day one. There you go, that's my take on development. It's all quite good, actually. It's all quite good. And once they start, they don't stop. And they can build a complex like that with several high-rise buildings, let's say 6 high-rise buildings, and it will all be completed and finished within a year. And then if you bought an apartment, you can move in, and many of your neighbours will never move in. Some will, but they will have work done to their apartments, and that work is even noisier than new developments. They drill, they knock concrete walls down, they just do so much work, and that's rather disturbing because it is your neighbours, and that will go on for about 5 to 6 years. So if I was ever to buy a property in China, I would never, if I had the money, I would never buy a property from scratch. I would always buy second hand because of that reason. You will not get any peace and quiet for several years because of neighbours having construction work done to their properties. There you go. That's my advice. Don't buy a brand new property, get a second one, and it's cheaper. Many Chinese do not like to buy second-hand properties because it means someone else has lived there. It's a bit like using the WC. Someone else has sat down. It's just the way they think about it. It's just their culture. Personally, I think it's better to have a building that has had time to settle. The cracks have been fixed. Look at this army of cleaners. They come around once a week, give this whole area is about 5 square kilometres. Oh, hiccups today. About 5 square kilometres. I think now is lunchtime. It's like a jet engine on that truck over there. And that truck will spurt out water because now we're having a bit of a heat wave in early February. Early February. And it's a heat wave. Here's another strange thing, going slightly off the subject of construction and property. I'm in a t-shirt and I'm quite hot today. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's hot. It's got to be mid-20s at least. But because of the time of year, the lunar year was 2 days ago, people are wearing very thick coats, jumpers and scarves because of the time of year. Also because of the time of year, that's the products you will buy or you will find in all the clothes shops. Very difficult at the moment to buy t-shirts and shorts. Although it might be in the mid-20s temperature wise. Retail sell clothes for the time of year, not for the weather conditions. There we go, that's my take on China and the way things are. The way things are, yes. I won't say at the moment, ATM, because it's always like this. Thank you very much for watching. Write a comment, tell me if you agree or disagree. Maybe you've been in China a few years yourself. You say, whoa, that doesn't happen here. Let me know in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up, that always does the algorithms some good. And if you want to buy me a coffee, you can. I only drink tea, but I don't know what that's all about. But buy me a tea. Cheers. Take care, all the very best. See you in my next video from Huangpu. just outside Guangzhou. Bye bye. Bye bye.